ESGE, ESGENA statement, Prevention of Infections by Multidrug-Resistant Organisms, MDRO, via contaminated duodenoscopes. Statements. 1. Prerequisites. The clinical service provider should obtain confirmation from the endoscope washer-disinfector, EWD, manufacturer that all endoscopes intended to be used can be reprocessed in the EWD. 2. Installation qualification. This can be performed by different parties, but national guidelines should define who has the responsibilities, taking into account legal requirements. 3. Operational qualification. This should include parametric tests to verify that the EWD is working according to its specifications. 4. Performance qualification. Testing of cleaning performance, microbiological testing of routinely used endoscopes, and the quality of the final rinse water should be considered in all local guidelines. The extent of these tests depends on local requirements. According to the results of type testing performed during EWD development, other parameters can be tested if local regulatory authorities accept this. Chemical residues on endoscope surfaces should be searched for if acceptable test methods are available. 5. Routine inspections. National guidelines should consider both technical and performance criteria. Individual risk analyses performed in the validation and requalification processes are helpful for defining appropriate test frequencies for routine inspections. Guideline Focus. This technical specification is an official statement of the European Society of Gastrointestinal Endoscopy, ESGE, and the European Society of Gastroenterology and Endoscopy Nurses and Associates, ESGENA. It addresses validation and routine testing of automated reprocessing procedures in washer-disinfectors for thermolabile endoscopes, complying with the final version of EN ISO 15883, Parts 1, 4, and ISO TS 15883-5. In this update of the ESGE, ESGENA 2007 statement, in addition, 4 national guidelines on validation and routine testing of endoscope washer disinfectors were reviewed by experts in the field. Scope of this technical specification. Quality assurance in hygiene and infection control is an important tool in preventing nosocomial infections, whether endoscopy procedures are performed in hospitals, in private clinics, or doctors' offices. Quality assurance is also a legal obligation. Validation and routine testing procedures have been common practice in the monitoring of sterilization processes in central sterilization units for a long time. More recently, the implementation of process validation and routine testing of automated reprocessing of thermolabile endoscopes has been an important step towards improving quality assurance and patient safety. The European Society of Gastrointestinal Endoscopy, ESGE, and European Society of Gastroenterology Nurses and Associates, ESGENA, first published a guideline on this topic in 2007, based on the European and international standard EN ISO 15883. In the meantime, several European countries have developed national guidelines on validation and routine testing of endoscope washer disinfectors, EWDs. This ESGE, ESGENA technical specification addresses the validation and routine testing of automated reprocessing procedures in EWDs for thermolabile endoscopes and their accessories. It complies with EN ISO 15883, which describes in detail the requirements of design and function of EWDs. The advantages of validation processes, which are based on dedicated and proven test methods for benchmarking, include reduction in the risk of endoscopy-related infections by improvement in the efficacy of reprocessing procedures, increased safety of patients and staff, better transparency of the reprocessing process, and early detection of weaknesses and defects of washer disinfectors.